Hello and welcome back, or if this is your first time here, I'm glad you came. I'm Wendy and this is Summer Bay Studio. Today I'm working on something that I haven't really done before. It's kind of experimental for me. I have been thinking about doing collages and mixed media and adding more ideas to the things I've been sort of dabbling with. And today I decided to try something kind of different and just see what comes up. So, like I said, it's experimental, so I hope that you'll follow along and find out what happens at the same time I do. So let's get started. To start with, I have a piece of watercolor paper that has, it's a little bit smoother on one side than the other, and it's just student grade watercolor paper that I bought in a pack sometime in the past. And I covered it with gesso. I just gave it a couple of coats of gesso to change the surface of it so that it would become less absorbent. And I'm going to use this masking tape if I can get it going without it tearing. And I'm just going to tape it down because I don't need to go right out to the edges. So this doesn't have to be lined up on my pad here at all, but I think I will. Anyway, and just leave a bit of like a quarter of an inch or so on the edge. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want it curling because it's harder to work with then. So the first thing I want to do is to work with some gelatos and some of Jane Davenport's color sticks. And I've experimented a little bit. Like I always say, try something first. So I've got 8 of these colors, and this is the Faber-Castell gelatos. And so when I tried them, I've had them for a while, but I haven't really done anything with them. So I tried a few different things, and just to see what would happen. With this regard, I'm going to get some water. Oh, there's the rain again. Okay, before I start with these, I want to try something else, and that is, can you hear that rain? It's been off and on, like blasting down. I don't know what color this is. Perfect. Except that it's not very sharp. So I thought what I would do is just make some marks that resemble handwriting across the page. I think I'll just leave it at that. And now what I want to do is, I think I'll take this. This is, what color is this? Watermelon. And I'm just going to make some shapes, some florals. Now, the Faber-Castells came with these little foams, so let's see what happens. I just blend them all together. Oh, this is a nice effect. Very nice effect. I think the gesso underneath makes them, well, I know that it makes them not absorb into the paper. So basically, they're just lying on top. Okay. That's nice. Let's see what this color is like. If that makes any difference, or if it works differently. Very similar. I'm just going to try a little bit of water. Ooh, wow. So they're very water soluble. This is nice. Wow. Wow, nice effect. Okay, what happens if I put the color stick in the wet? Let's just mush that around. You know, mush is an artistic word. You can learn it in art school. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So these things basically become like paint. I love them. That's so nice. Yeah, I hardly know where to go from here. However, and you just wash right out of the brush. Look at that. This is exciting. Now let's do some. These are hard to get off though. Just gonna do some random leaves using the same kind of effect. And perhaps I'll throw a few over here too, as though the bush is coming from this side as well. Okay, now I know that I can use my fingers, but I find that once my fingers are mucky, then colors get where I don't want them to go. So let's use the little foamy thing in the blues and greens. And I think the gelatos move around a little bit better maybe than Jane Davenport's. I don't know. I didn't put that much color in here. So let's get some paint on it. See what happens to that. I have used watercolor pencils and they're fun to use, so if you haven't tried those, I think you're missing out on something. And I might even get them out for this. I haven't decided yet. I've taken some of this color from here and I'm redepositing it over here. But I do want some darker green. Let's see. Let's see what this blue looks like. Oh, it's pretty blue. You can tell I haven't used these because they're pretty stiff. Make some background over here, and I can go right up against that masking tape. just ordered some more colors from a different company because I've been so intrigued by this effect. Okay, that is darker than I wanted it in that spot. So I'm going to just attempt to lift it just with a piece of paper towel. That's more like it. And I have a light one here. What's this one called? Fig? Fig. That's not very descriptive. What's this one? Strawberry. I don't know. It doesn't look like a strawberry. Any strawberry I've ever seen, but oh, it's really an odd color. Let's get some different colors going on that. Well, that is not what I expected, so I'm basically lifting it. Okay, now we know about that one. Let me see what would work with this. I wonder if yellow and purple tend to make brown. I think I'll use this one just to make it a little bit pinker and make it work a little bit better with what's here. That's more like it. That makes magenta. That rain is just thundering down. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but whoa, it's coming down. Splash! Well, look what happened there. Now, here's a lesson. It can be reconstituted. Basically, if that's dry and I add water, it comes back to life. Unlike watercolors, they don't always do that. So I want to put in some red. So that we got a nice vibrant color there in the middle. Quite a watercolor effect. Just push that out to the petals a bit. This is turning into watermarks because it's been just too wet too long. So let's just reconstitute it. This is very cool, I have to say. This is very cool. Make this more painty and less crayon. Now, I have a couple of greens in these gelatos too, so I think this would be nice. This one's called margarita mix, so that's perfect. And it gives us a much more yellow green. My brush. I'm impressed by how the brush cleans out so well. And even here, I want a bit more in here. I can put it on when the paint or the water leaf is still wet, and then blend it in. I think I'm in love with these things. This is wonderful. And so free. Like freeing. A little bit here. They were forecasting rain today, but this is like a monsoon. Suddenly, wow, is it ever coming down? As my daughter used to say, crazy. Beautiful effect. I'm really, really liking it. Whoops, I don't want that green in there. Let's pick that up. Okay, and I want some bright yellow. Let's try bright fuchsia. Just go around these and give them a little bit more pizzazz. This part is wet. Wow, look how that shoots up in density and vivacity when you just go in with water. Nice, I like this. This is so fun. Alright, I think I need something around this little guy here. And I don't want that. I want... Okay. These are tough. I want shadow in here. And probably around here, and also up in here, and in this corner, because I want to go in with more tonal values. This guy looks like he's just kind of abandoned out there. The rain lets up for a little, like 5 seconds, and then it starts blasting again. Now I'm just adding more water to take the intensity down. Take it off this page here. It actually has a bit of grain to it. I don't know if those are bubbles or just the waxiness of the product. I don't know. I think our squall is just about blown over now. This is quite an intense color. I like it. It's like a indigo. Yeah, I like this. thing about making art like this when you're experimenting is, you know, don't have any judgments about it. Just allow it to be what it's going to be. I think I want a bit of, maybe just a little bit of this yellow up in here. Too much water, and make sure I get the blue out of my brush. Otherwise, it's going to show up in that yellow in green. I want this to be quite watered down. And let's throw a little bit in here too. It's so easy to spread around, it's just amazing. And I'll take it right off the edge here and throw some over in here in just what I can pick up. Now I want to I'm going to add some things, but I think I need to completely let it dry completely before I do that. So I'm going to take a little break to let this dry, and then I'll be back and we can play some more. Okay, so everything is dry here and I can put my flowers back. I have a little fan going just over here that keeps me cool under these lights. But I wanted to add some drawing to this and some other things. So it's basically mixed media. And like I said at the beginning, I'm experimenting. This is a black marker. It's a Mars Graphic 2000 or 3000 Duo, and it's skinny on one end and a brush marker on the other. So I'm just going to do some really random drawing here. I guess it's not really random, it's just kind of sketchy. I thought of using a pen and ink, but I thought, well, this is actually kind of easier because it's already ink in the pen, and the other I would have to get out and mess around with. I like this. This is giving lots of contrast. Nice. Shows what you can do with just a few lines. And what effect it can have. Now, let me see. I think I'll do the same thing over here. And then I'm going to add some other features using colored pencils. So I've pulled out a few that kind of go with my colors here, and I'm just going to add some. This one is quite dull, to be honest, but my sharpener isn't hooked up, so I'm just going to use it like this. In some places you can see it, some you can't. That's okay. This is carmine red, which is sort of a softer red, so that blends in outside this darkest part. And this one is an orange, has no name, it's 922. I won't go overboard on that. And then we've got a yellow one. And sometimes it shows and sometimes it doesn't. I think I need a little bit darker one. Let me see. No, it's not really doing much. It's mostly just carving into the softness of the paper. Well, around the edge we can get a bit of color. that. And then I've got some greens here. Oh, I don't think that's going to show up. And because I've already put the black on, it doesn't really need to. And this is 908, which is a similar color to what we've got here. So I'm just going to kind of scribble it in and see what happens. I like it. It's adds something. Over here it can give it some more color. I think I need some more leaves in here. So I'm just going to draw them in like that. And then I think I will use maybe this kiwi gelato just to add a little color in there. It's not sharp, so I'm trying to just go on to the edge of it. I think that works. I didn't want anything too vibrant because it would probably take away from it. Now I'm going to use my brush. Which brush am I going to use? I think I'll go with just a small one. Here we go. This one, which is a number 5, round synthetic one. And I'm going to add some black in here and then see what happens when I add water to it. Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah, this works. So this just kind of blends it into the center of the flower, and I think we'll just leave it at that. This one I added some yellow in the center. I'm going to just. This is just what was on the brush. I'm going to take this black crayon here and do just a little bit more activity around here. Actually, this isn't black, it's dark blue. But I like it. And then I'm taking the skinny end here, which is kind of drier. In fact, it could be dried out. I don't know. Let's see. I'll just use this one. Just kind of a couple of marks to indicate that there's something going on there. And what else should I do? I'd like to have a little bit of distinction between these two flowers. So I think I want to go with this again. I'm telling you, this is the stiffest thing. And just take it in between here and down this way. And then use the brush. Just use this little brush so that it doesn't carry too far away. But just kind of divides the two flowers. Yeah, I think that kind of works. Maybe make this a little more petal obvious. I like that. Okay, I'm going to do something really unconventional. Now I could go over this with acrylic paint, and I might do that in the future. I haven't really decided on it, so I'm not going to do it right now. But one thing I do want to do is put a rubber stamp on this. And I've got this new archival ink that I got from Ranger. And I've got a rubber stamp. This is just dots. However, I want to try it on something else before I put it on this painting. And this little piece will do. So I only just got this stamp pad, so I don't know how good it is or how juicy it is. That's perfect. That's just absolutely perfect. So I am going to just add it right down in this corner, almost like an artist mark or signature. Look how crazy fun that is. I almost feel like it needs something else to bring out that black. I don't know. I'm going to just stamp it to get that off before it dries on the stamp, which it came off really quite well. So I'm going to just put that down because I think I want another stamp. And I like this set. I have a map, I have really tiny words and really tiny writing. Let's go with this tiny writing and see what happens. Let's see, what direction does it go? Okay, I think the writing goes this way. So I'll just stamp it here. And I like the idea of having it here. I'm just going to do a press and hold. Just have it go off the... Actually, I'm not going to put the whole stamp down. I'm just going to kind of let it pop down and come back up. Nice, I like it. Okay, that's enough stamping. Stamping is so fun, it's easy to get carried away. And I don't want carried away to be the look of this painting. Okay, now I know about my new archival ink pad. It works great. It's nice and juicy. And now all I have to do is go, is there anything else this needs? I think what I might try here is just... Definitely is archival, it doesn't move. But I can easily put something over it. So I'm going to do that because I don't want it to show quite that much. So let me get my other brush. And just throw a little more blue in here. This is the Gelato blue in Snow Cone. Cute name. Now here's what you have to be careful of. This black is not permanent. So if I get it wet, it's going to be just a smeary mess. So at the moment, what I'm going to do is just dab up that little spot right there because I don't want that smeary mess of black. However, I can go in with this while it's wet and see what happens. Okay, I think we might be nearing the end here. Just got a spot of water on there. So what I do when I'm finished a painting is I take it and put it on the shelf on my piano, where where you put your music books, and then I let it sit there for as long as it takes until I can see what it needs, what it doesn't need, if it's perfect the way it is, or does it need something else, and take it from there. See, I'm just adding a little bit more stuff here because it's talking to me. It says I'm not quite done yet. Let's just add a little bit more. So I have to get my correct brush here. Do a little more mushing around of this. And now I'm taking the water out of that or the paint out of it and blurring these edges so they they just blur out. That. This brush, yeah, I can do a little bit in here, and I think I'm going to leave that. So the trick now is don't touch it, let it be, and set it up where you can look at it from straight on and then decide what it needs or if it needs anything. I think, for example, these flowers need a little bit of an outline in, say, orange, just to give them a little more definition, especially against the light edges. But there's a danger of overworking things, so I'm going to stop now. I hope you picked up some tips and we'll try some of these things. They're actually super fun. I'll put some links below for the products that you can pick up, the things that I've used. And please take a moment and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so you can get the notifications. And I'll see you next time.